quick of our Torah. This week's parsha, we have the issue, the Jews leave Sinai, Mount Sinai, uh, after being there for a few years, and now we're on our way to go through the wilderness. And the way the Jews know to leave is the cloud, God's presence, which is represented in the cloud above them, begins to move. So they know it's time to move. What it teaches is that, excuse me, is that God's presence is in the world. God is guiding everything. And this is an important lesson. Sometimes we don't see it. We don't think it's there because we don't bother to look. But if you put things together, you say, how did this connection, that connection? There was a TV show many years ago called Connections, where the person who presented it would show how one thing led to another, led to another, led to another, till we get to our modern age. Such as there was a factory of looms for producing fabrics. And somebody came up with the idea to have cards tell the loom when to change the color of the fabric. Later on, there was a fellow working in the U.S. Census Department, working in the census, and for the 1890 census, which was a big job in those days. And he figured out to use a card developed by the guy in France for the looms in order to determine about the U.S. Census. His name was Hollowith. And then Hollowith's idea was taken by another fellow, and it became the IBM card. Okay, the IBM card, now you can see, stretches from there. So you see that there was like a connection, one to the other, even though when you look at it, you say, what does looming have to do with computers? Yet we now know. We all know that God's presence is in the world. Very quick story. A fellow I knew, he passed away, but his name was Moshe Segal. In 1927, he was 17 years old, living in the Soviet Union. And his family got permission to make Aliyah, except for him, he would have to serve in the Red Army, which for the family was a disaster. Simchat Torah is right around the corner. So he celebrated being Lubavitch, but his mother cried to their neighbor. Motzei Simchat Torah, right after Simchat Torah, a black car arrived for him in the middle of the night, which in the Soviet Union in 1927 was not a good sign. And his mother packed him a little pekola, said he should have something to eat when he goes to Siberia. This is true. And he was taken directly to the local secret police headquarters. He was sent up right to the head. And this fellow looked at him and said, do you know Mrs. So-and-so? He said, yes, she's a friend of my mother's. He says, no. Do you know how important she is? Do you know who she is? And he said, I told you. No. He said, no. And he realized something is deeper going on here. The fellow said, this is my wife's best friend. Your mother cried to her. She cried to my wife. For the last 2 nights, my life has been a living hell. I want you to know, you're not going to Palestine because of God. You're going there because of my wife. And Moshe Segal says, at that moment he figured it would not be a good idea to debate the issue. But he realized the hand of God was there, that his mother cried to the one person who could get to the head of the local secret service, secret police. But it just shows you that God's hand is in the world. We just have to be open to see it. Something to think about, Kaddish Rabbanim.